So there's this Mario game that's kind of hit the streets recently. Everyone seems to be talking about it. The people who are into Mario games are certainly paying attention to it. It's a high demand kind of Mario game. Everyone's trying to pay attention to, try to get their hands on. Everyone's trying that out. There's like something fun they want to do, and that's just how it seems to be. Everyone's talking about this new special Mario game, right? Everyone is talking about this Mario game. So we're going to play the first one instead. But we're going to be finally beating the first game. That is the point of why we are here today. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for us finally to finish Super Mario Bros. For the NES. So, I have two major stories that I wanted to discuss this go around before we completely are done with this game. I did have some stories I wanted to share about my experience with this game, which I had somehow or never talked about until now, or at least I tried to talk about it in the last live stream we did, but I just never got around to really discussing it. My bad. Sometimes I have to pay attention on what's happening in the game, and not what I'm saying. Which is actually quite often, at least on these live streams. So anyway, here begins story number 1. So, Super Mario Bros., I'd say, is probably... It's hard to tell. It's like one of those things like, there's some people who know... Maybe it's because I don't envision myself as a gamer too much, or because I've never really been that passionate about it. Like, I know what the first album I really listened to is. I know what I think I know what the first movie I saw was, but, it's sort of those things, like, I don't really remember too hefty about this topic, but I'm at least 98% sure that the first video game I ever played was Super Mario Bros., the original, and I actually played a special port of this game, which was the arcade versus version. So where I grew up, there used to be a Pizza Hut, which still exists, but it's a completely different kind of establishment than what it once was in its glory days, back when people still went outside for their evening. Essentially, they had in there, as a typical Pizza Hut, you'd go in there, you'd get pizza, as opposed to getting tacos. Because I know the Pizza Hut taco is what everyone goes to Pizza Hut for these days, but back in the olden days, we used to go to Pizza Hut for, pizza. But, aside from that, the two big, entertainment things they had there was they had a jukebox, which I loved with all my heart and soul. It had a Paul McCartney Greatest Hits on it that I used to pretty much play the entire album of. I just get a bunch of quarters and play everything off that Greatest Hits record. And the other thing they had was an arcade machine with Super Mario Bros. Versus on it, which was, as some of you more textbook gamers out there might know, is essentially a port of Super Mario Bros., but with with a playable Luigi, and just, I think, maybe slightly harder levels, but it was pretty much the arcade version of this game. And it was my first real, I'd say, introduction into... No, I am not. Also, I am not using the cheat where I get 30 lives. I'm just... Well, for one thing, the 30 lives cheat is Contra. That was the Konami code. What I'm doing, honestly, is I'm just using the kind of continue thing where I start from the start of whatever world I die on, which is why we'll probably be seeing a lot of World 8 today. Well, that's all we're going to be seeing, because it's the last world of the game. But... Anyway, story time. Where was I in story time? Okay, so basically the Pizza Hut had a Super Mario Bros. Versus arcade cabinet there, and that was pretty much my introduction to video games. It's probably what got me into Mario at such a young age anyway. So, that's sort of... Well, I was gonna... I was gonna half-heartedly try to put a moral into that story, but I don't know what the lesson is. I don't know. Okay, and here's the thing too, right? So the continue code would be you hit A and B at the game over screen, and then you hit one player game, and that's supposed to get you back to 8 worlds. But for some reason, either the ROM I'm playing or the controller I'm using, I don't know, it doesn't work properly, so I'm doing it this method. No, I buggered it up and I hit the wrong button again. So basically, the point of my first story was that there was no point, it had no moral. I thought there was going to be one that I could use to nice and tidy up the story at the end of it, and then I realized afterwards that there was no real moral to it. It was just that was the first time I played Mario Bros. Was at an arcade. Or not even at an arcade, at a Pizza Hut. But, you know, hey, everyone has their introduction to games, and maybe that's the moral of the story, that you never know what's going to get you into video games. Sometimes it's you play Call of Duty on your brother's Xbox, and sometimes it's you're at a Pizza Hut and you don't have enough quarters for the jukebox, but you do for the Mario vs. arcade machine. And that's maybe the lesson, I guess. Possibly. Who knows for certain? No one can really say. Anyway, that's story number 1. Story number 2, and considering how I do believe Nick is watching the stream, or someone is at least, because that comment was from the channel that we're on, so I definitely didn't ask myself that question. So, basically, I'm gonna tell the story of how one of the first playthroughs that the Serenade of Caffeine crew ever recorded was this game. Now, I think by now people know that before I had the gaming weekend and before Nick had Serenade of Caffeine, there was a Let's Play show we did collaboratively called The Lazy Players, and it ended poorly, blah-de-blah-de-blah. I'm sick of telling that story. But before that even, when we were all kind of trying to figure out what we wanted to do to break into the YouTube game, Nick and Lucas from also Serenade of Caffeine, they were doing their own little solo Let's Plays of things like Skyrim and, well, I think that was basically it. Twilight Princess, I guess, was the other one. And we were trying to come up with ideas for, okay, well, what can we do to set us apart from the other Let's Players? Because I think even in 2011, the Let's Play market was pretty oversaturated, and we kind of knew we needed to do something to set us apart from the rest of the crowd. And I don't know if it was my idea or Nick's. I want to say it was Nick's idea, because it sounds more like a him idea than mine. But he said, we're going to do this thing called Challenge Accepted, and basically what it's going to be is we're going to do a show where basically it was going to be Nick would do these like little video game challenges, like try to beat this and whatever, you know, like do some special thing. And the point of the show was going to be seeing if he could accomplish that. And that was the point of the show. And the first episode we taped was going to be this game. And the point of this show was that Nick was going to try to beat this game in 30 minutes. Because he, like me, I don't think, maybe he has now, I don't know, but at the time, he hadn't beaten this game. And the idea was that, okay, well, I'm going to spend 30 minutes, and the challenge is going to be that I have to beat this game in 30 minutes, right? And the setup of the show was, I'd bought a green screen for my first video, which exists out there in the YouTube sphere, and I hate it, but I had a green screen. I didn't know how to use it, but I had it. And what we did was we pretty much filmed two things. We had a capture card of Nick's that recorded decently good game footage, not superb. Why did I bugger around with trying to jump on the Buzzy video? But it wasn't like superb game audio, and the mic on it was such that he was recording audio from like sort of the external mic of his laptop and not really just the game audio. We didn't have money yet for like decent microphones like the one I have right now. So it was like the game footage audio was not fantastic anyway and was all heavily distorted and compressed. That was just dumb maneuvers on my part. And also, we tried to film it where there would be live action sort of cutaway. You know how people here on Twitch do that thing where they have like a blue screen or a green screen and they pretty much composite themselves into the game? So it's not just like a matter of here's face cam and us reacting to the game. It's a whole bit about, oh yeah, you know, I'm in the game somehow. We were going to try to do something along those lines. And I think I was the one editing it, maybe. I sent Nick a composite video. Maybe I've got this memory wrong, but somehow or another, we got it into the post-production stage, and then I think it just was like one of those things where we weren't happy with the product, and it didn't go out. But you could almost consider that, like, and the tape is now long, long lost. Like, a lot of the early footage from before we started doing this semi-professionally, I mean, it's still a hobby, we're not doing this as our livelihood or anything, but a lot of the footage from, like, our first year as creators is now wiped, and so the footage of that playthrough doesn't exist anymore. But the memory lingers on, and that is the moral of this story. That, essentially, this could have been a playthrough done many, many moons ago. Back when, you know, I would do things that were stupid, but not as stupid as just jumping into the pit. Hit the right button. Okay, good. It's P. I have to remember that the load state is P and the save state is I. I wish I could map it to just one of my shoulder buttons on my controller, but alas, the NES ROM doesn't really allow for that. So, what can you do? So, anyway, I guess I should probably, now that the two big stories I wanted to discuss on this week's episode of the Streaming Sundays, I guess now that I've told those stories, I should probably also relay... I don't know. Should I... Oh yeah, I should. For some reason, I forgot what I was going to discuss and thought it was scandalous, and then I realized that what I was going to discuss wasn't scandalous at all, and I could talk about it. So, I want to explain why there was no Streaming Sunday last week. Because so far, the erratic nature of this show is not really what I've been... it's not something I'm happy with, I guess is what the phrase would be. Like, I do want this show to be kind of a regular thing. You know, I'm using it as a tool to sort of wind down and also tape things that I don't think would make for fantastic gaming weekend playthroughs. But, like, they exist and they're out there, so they're just like time fillers. Like, the first episode of this playthrough came out today. It's a time filler for what's going to be the next big playthrough on the channel, but you know, it's a good clearinghouse ground, this show. But I've been pretty erratic of when it happens. Like, it started off every week, and then suddenly it went like every 2 weeks, and I want to discuss why that happened. So the first time I missed the deadline on this show, it was either, I'm trying to remember, but it was either a matter of I just wasn't feeling up to it, I was kind of sick, and also, like, in a sort of down state of mood, and just, it wasn't right. Something was not correct, and I didn't want to potentially do a live stream and be expected to be haha funny when I just wasn't feeling it, and I kind of wanted to have the space to not be on like I always have to, like I feel I have to be when I'm taping. You know, I wanted the freedom to be able to just sort of go, yep, I don't have to be entertaining tonight. Oh. So that was why I missed the first week of this. The second time was this time last weekend. was a very busy day for the channel. Essentially, me, Nick, Rob, Elysia, and John all got together for the first time in a long, long while. And we did like a sort of photo session kind of thing just to get more updated pictures of all of us, because I think a lot of the pics, both individually and together, that are roaming around the internet for like of each of us are pretty old. Like they're sort of 2 or 3 years ago, and yeah, I just felt we needed to update ourselves a little bit and get a more sort of like up-to-date account of who we are and what our look is and all those things. Because I mean, that's one of the things. Like it's sort of one of those things. I think people discount the fact that with YouTube, even the more like robust channels, normally I think people assume this of the big names, but even the smaller ones, there's such a thing as branding and there's such a thing as marketing, and you need to have good branding and marketing if you're going to make it big in anything show business, not just YouTube or television or movies. You have to have that skill of knowing who you're catering to and who your crowd is. And so that's something I've picked up after many years of studying media in college, and I was like, okay, well, we need to kind of get some better branding than just the non-existent kind we have right now. And in that scenario, I was like, okay, well, we'll do a photo session. And then also, it was around the time of John's 23rd birthday. It was a week after. He turned 23 2 weeks ago. And so we wanted to celebrate that, and Nick wanted to film a short film that I'm assuming will be coming out on the channel at some point in the near future. But essentially, we spent the whole of the Saturday just hanging out. I guess it's 6 of us, isn't it? 6 or 5, but it was like the whole channel pretty much got together and we were just hanging out and having a fun time. And it ended up with a giant party at the end of the day. At the end of which, pretty much me and John were gone. We'd obliterated ourselves. I've talked about this on the show before, the show proper. But I have my own special cocktail, which I've been told by people who drink more than me is a pretty excessive drink. I wouldn't know myself, as I'm not a heavy drinker. But I guess my special cocktail is just like insane amounts of booze, and I don't even know it. So for as much as I say, oh, I don't drink, if I don't drink, well, at least I'm going hardcore when I do. That's a lesson that shouldn't be learnt. But anyway, morals. What are the morals? Okay, so essentially, we spent the day just sort of hanging out and chilling, and by the end of the evening, it was like me, John, and Nick, and John and I were just like buzzed is not even the right word. We were just like full-blown drunk, not blackout. At least I wasn't. Maybe John was, but like we were pretty gone, and we were up all night. And when I say all night, I mean we didn't go to bed. By the time John and I tried to go to sleep, the sun was out. So it was like, you know, when we finally resurfaced from our, you know, sort of hedonistic haze, I guess is what you would call it. It was pretty much like John, maybe to a different degree, but I certainly was like real hungover, and I couldn't deliver this, you know, this sort of like entertainment bit. I just couldn't really do it in an effective way. I had to kind of recover. So the reason why the lesson here of this roundabout story, folks, is that the reason why there was no streaming Sunday last week was because I was too hungover to do it. And that seems wrong to maybe some of you. Maybe that seems irresponsible. I think it's a part of life, you know? I just think, hey man, I'm in my early 20s, I'm young, I'm now free from school, I got a little bit of money to celebrate with. You know, sometimes you just want to have fun, and that's what we did last weekend, and it was fun o'clock. And we probably will do that again sometime. And, whether or not the streaming Sunday gets affected by that is whether or not the streaming Sunday gets affected by that. I probably should be more responsible with my duties that I set for myself. But I also kind of like enjoying myself sometimes, and it was good for me, too, that we did that party, because I'd spent most of the week before that bored out of my skull, sitting in essentially what is a haunted mansion of a house, completely on my lonesome, doing a little bit of editing, doing like a little bit of recording, but not really social. And the thing is, you need to be able to balance that out. Like, as everyone has said, I'm impressed with myself. That was skillful failure. It wasn't just a matter of I jumped from an easy walk down to my death. No, that wasn't it. What was impressive was that I did that backwards. I jumped backwards into my own death and doom. That is skillful, determined failure. You don't see that too often, and I think it's worthy of just a tiny hint of praise. Sometimes you gotta know who you're bargaining with. You gotta know who's on the other end of that sale. You gotta know who's picking up the truck at the end of the day, so you and Jennifer can ride out onto the lake before Doc Brown calls you up and sends you back to 1955. That's the plot of Back to the Future 1. I saw it a couple of days ago. What can I say? Stranger Things 3 triggered me, because they played clips of that movie in that season. I liked Stranger Things 3. I thought it wasn't as good as Stranger Things 2. I've never really talked about that show before, and not because I'm ashamed of me watching it. It's a popular show, but I don't know. It's one of those things. I don't try to do reviews of movies and TV shows when I'm commentating on things, because A, the Piranha Plant will phase right through me, but not the Koopa Troopa. I don't know how that works. But also, let's be real here. What you are hearing right now is me speaking without a brain. The throat is moving. I've said this like a million times now, but that's why the commentary is repetitious. It's the brain not on and triggering all the switches, but the main lesson here is that if I'm going to review a piece of media, I want to be clear-headed about it. I want to be able to soak it in and really think on it. I don't want to be, incoherent when I'm trying to be smart. Mind you, not a lot of people try to be incoherent and smart at the same time. It doesn't really work that way. You're normally either one or the other, though I'm certain people have instances where that's not the case. But that's basically the whole thing, is that you want to try to be both. And what I'm saying there is that I just never talked about the fact that over the past couple weeks I've been watching Stranger Things, because I needed something to watch on TV, and it was there, and it's okay, it's a good show. I just didn't have the time or the space to review it. And now I do. And I will, I'll just say it was a good show. I wasn't too big into the ending of the third season. I thought the second season ending kind of was a bit tidier. But that's just me. I keep doing that. Why do I bother with the Koopa Troopas? If I can avoid them, if I can game the system and just not have them be there, then I should be doing that, right? I should just not provoke that which I can't control. Because that's what's causing me to trip up now, is that I'm running loose on a wire here. There's a wire-shaped hole in the heart, and it's clogging the artery, and it doesn't know where it wants to go. So instead, it's just there, and it's habitating and formulating all of its plans, and that is what it's doing. And someone has to try to figure it out. I can't do it for you. You're going to have to look inwards and say to yourself, is this really what we want to show to our children in 20 years? And I don't think it is, but it's what we will do. And I don't mean Stranger Things, I mean kind of this tape. Now am I saying that should I ever be able to have a family and maybe potentially try to father kids as I would show them these tapes? No, because I would never want them to see this, ever. Would you want your kids to see your failures as an adolescent? It's easy to tell them the stories like they're long-lost fables, so that way they don't believe them, and then they can grow up thinking that you were flawless, but you don't want them to see evidence of you failing. That's against the plan. It's against the grain. You don't want that. You don't want them to know that you're a muck-up and a pluck-up. You just want them to know that sometimes you can be a cuck-up. And that's all that it's about. You know what I'm saying? I don't. That's okay, though. I'm doing a lot of backwards jumping today, and I don't really know why I'm doing a lot of backwards jumping, but I'm doing a lot of backwards jumping. So... Mantra. My. That was 26 minutes of, zero breathing. And, maybe that's actually a good thing, because unlike the last episodes where I've been getting a bit heated. I've been getting a little bit angry. I've been getting a little bit steamed. A little bit steam-pressed when things don't go my way. And when I fail as poorly as I've been failing so far. I've been getting a little bit steam-pressed at it. And, I just don't think that's healthy. You know what I mean? I don't think it's healthy for me to be so angry. Because why live your life in such rage and fury? That's not good for your spleen. You just don't want that. You don't need it. Life is worth more than one's ability at beating games that are 11 years older than oneself. The people have the power to change the world. Yes, they do. And that's what it's all about. It's about people uniting together as one commonality to say what's on their mind. Here's what's on my mind. I'd like to move further beyond World 8.1. That's what's hot take on my mind right now. I would like to move further than this point. And I have not been doing that, and I'm kind of disappointed. But we're in for the long haul here. I think we can safely say that this is going to be one of the longer episodes of the Streaming Sunday, just because we're finishing this game today. No matter what happens, we're finishing this game today. And I had maybe some intentions of maybe going out later, seeing some humans, not streaming to an invisible crowd of no one. But, I gotta get that juicy content out there. And so instead of, going out and having life experiences which could benefit me as a human being and make me less lonely, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna try to finish this game. That's what it's gonna be, and that's how it's gonna play. And you just gotta accept that. If you got a problem with it, watch someone else. I know I'm getting needlessly aggressive with the audience, but I don't care. I can't live my life based off of what you want me to do. You gotta make up your own mind. You want to be happy? You want to succeed? You gotta live for you. And I'm not doing that. I'm living for others. But I'm not living for them either. I live for me. And, I would hope that maybe that got me closer to a 1-up. I don't think it did. I think that this is just prolonging an inevitable byproduct of civilization wherein I just am not gonna make it, but I have to. So we're gonna be here for as long as it takes. As long as it takes. That's as long as it takes. It's as long as it takes. We're gonna be here. We're gonna do this, and you're gonna sit down. You're gonna like it. You're gonna not whine to me about your problems and what happened, how Charlotte treated you at the office. I don't care. Charlotte ain't my wife, and neither are you. So why are you telling me about what Charlotte said at the office? That's what it is. It's what it has to be. All the time. It's every day. Not finishing that reference. And because it wasn't a reference I even wanted to make, I don't... No. Well, sometimes he thinks he's going to be able to do this as Fire Mario, and he's wrong. He's just wrong. He knows not his failures. Or he does know them, but he knows not how to improve upon them. All he can do is the same. Whoa, grab goat ghoul garshk. Gizzard, lizard, wizard, mizzard, anything here? Okay, just don't... See, the thing is that I don't even think that would have helped me anyway. What would that have helped with? Because I'm still gonna have to do expert jumping. Especially at the end here, where it turns into the, like, 4 pillars of madness. So, like, it's not like that really changed anything if I don't get the invisibility star. Though it's not invisibility, it's invincibility. God almighty, help you. I need a drink. I need a drink before we continue. That's not gonna help my throat. That's not gonna help my throat at all. Hey, ho, what you gonna do? Hey, you, what you gonna do? Hey, welcome to the jam, and oh, now you're here. Okay, well, you know what? I'm letting it slide. I'm letting it go. It just occurs to me that maybe there was... Okay, never mind. I don't know what occurred to me. Something hit me. Something struck me late in the night. It was a boulder. It came from the ceiling. And it hit me like a ton of bricks. That's what it did. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's, you know what I mean? You know what I say? You know what I do? And the thing is, you gotta run off that pipe. You gotta run off that pipe. You just gotta run off of it. Because if you don't have the... You can't do that little delicate jump. Or jump. Jim joms. You can't do those delicate jim joms because if you do it that way, you won't have enough moom to get to the other edge of the side. So, instead, you gotta get polygonal with everything, and you gotta look into the obtuse. The obtuse describes the new tooth, but not the old tooth. And the mongoose is on the bridge. It flies away. Anyway, if I could keep this for maybe more than 20 seconds, I would be most gracious and grateful. And Glimglad, ahoy hoy. Okay, just don't lose your head. Don't lose your bed. Oh, wow. 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 Oh, wow. That is so much what I needed. If there's one thing I needed to find, it was the place where a 1-up is. That's totally necessitation of the metastamation. Wow, that's what I needed. It's what I'm here for. I'm here for this. I'm here for you. I'm here for you, Abraham. I'm here for you. You've been indebted for far too long. I've come to collect what's rightfully mine, Abraham. And if you don't deliver, we will be back and in greater numbers. So, Abraham, you best be on the lookout for there will be no rest for the wicked when I'm through with you. Anyway. Oh, are you? Oh, wow. That's a double hitter whammy. Wow. Nice. Sick clock, bro. Sick clock, bro. It's sick. It's diseased. It needs help. Just please get me away from you. Get me away from the business. Okay. Just try to work with the wacky momentum and the glitching character models. I know World 8.1 now, so now it's like I gotta learn World 8.2, and that's gonna... I shook it like a shaken bacon, I dropped it on the floor. The controller. I'm an airplane. It's 36 minutes of just 2 levels. 36 minutes of 2 levels. Ain't that fun? I bet you want to see something more, but you only get 2 levels. It's all you see, it's all you know. Just 2 levels. Here comes the bit where I have to sprint off of the pipe. Let's see if I just end up in the pit. Beautiful. Ooh, I'm having a nervous breakdown. Don't get steamed. Don't get steamed. You don't want to get too steam press dried. There were 2 people here at the start. Now there's no one. I feel so sad and alone. Who am I doing this to prove to? I could get away with just, saying I did it. I could. You don't need to see World 8.3 or 4. Just show them the end screen. Look, I did it. I accomplished it. Thank you for coming to the stream. Someone pay my alimony. If I can just move past this part of my life, please. I just want to see past the boundaries of my own limitations and do something more than these levels. I'll be so glad when we get to the other games. Because you know what? I think I've touched upon this in the past, but I'll say it again for those who weren't listening before. I think my major complaint with Mario 1, right, as I adjust the mic, I think my major complaint with Super Mario Bros. 1 is that it's really repetitious. Like, it's not just a matter of, it's annoying, though sometimes it can be annoying. The momentum mechanic is weird, and, the difficulty curve is pretty high as opposed to later entries. It doesn't have the same kind of, magic and wonderment. It doesn't have the finesse. Let's go with that. It doesn't have the finesse of, say, like a Mario 3 or a Mario World. But, above all of that, underlying everything else, is the fact that it's, just really repetitious. There's only so long you can just see nothing but Koopas and Goombas and hear that one song play again and again and again and see the same backdrop of clouds and trees and fences and, just nothing ever changes. At least give the later entries credit. They at least knew, if we change the scenery, if we change the enemies, if we change the music, and if we have different power-ups, then, there'll be more here to do, And there's more inventiveness to see along the way. You know what I mean? There's only 3 or 4 kinds of levels in this game. 5. There's 5 kinds of levels in this game. A ground level, a tree level, an underwater level, an underground level, and a castle level. And that's it. And the music is always the same no matter where you go. There's 3 songs. There's ground theme of Forza. Okay, yeah, there's 4 songs: ground theme, underground theme, Bowser Castle theme, underwater theme, and I believe that's it. And you just maybe, I guess, invincibility theme, but like there's so much here that like isn't changeable or whatever the word would be, but there's just it keeps on going. So it's not just a matter of, oh, like I've been doing this a long time, right? That's not it. Because other games you do like the same thing for a long time. Like, for example, you compare this like Mario 3, right? Or like which is on the same console, right? Let's go with Mario 3. And there's just so much more variety of things to do. There's so much more to accomplish. It doesn't always feel like you're doing the same thing again and again and again. Like, it's one of those things, like, I'm doing the same level again and again and again for, like, 45 minutes now. 42 or however long it is on the VOD version. And it's just like, I'm really kind of sick of it. I'm one of those things where it's like, look, I want to see something else. I want to see something else, or hear something else, or do something else. I want to be doing really anything other than just the same thing again. Right, like that's what it basically all amounts to. This is not just a matter of like he's been at this level. Like, yeah, that's one thing. But like, okay, so for example, I'll go here. I played Mario 64 recently, not on stream or recording, and I'll have to do that again. But, like, there were bits of that game that I ended up doing again and again and again, because I was, not fantastic at it. But, I'm good at that game, but I'm not fantastic at everything in the game, right? But underlying all of that was the fact that, at least there's just so much to do, and so many different ways to tackle things, that it's not ever really a matter of, oh, wow, I'm like having trouble with this game because it's hard. It's honestly, like, I can't put it any other way. It is straight up a matter of just, I've been doing the same thing now for almost like 3/4 of an hour. Again and again and again. And I'm really just tired of it. It's so repetitious. It's almost like purgatory. I mean, it is like, here, what is the definition of madness? It's doing the same thing again and again and again. And that is really what this is. It's just, I'm constantly doing the same thing over and over and over without any, like, let up, without any moment of, here's something different. It's just, spend an hour doing the same level and fighting the same enemies. And even if you learn from this, even if you, like, learn from it, sometimes the mechanics will just throw you for a curveball and you aren't prepped for it, and it doesn't matter how much you know. Like, sometimes, like that. Like, I'm not trying to jump backwards, but then I will. And then I shoot the fire flower to try to take out the and then that'll happen. Like, and like the hitbox is kind of weird because it's so like directional and precise. It's like you need precision. But even this, like, for as good as a game as this is, okay, this is a great game. It's fantastic. Everyone loves this game. Oh, holy moly, mow. Everyone loves this game. It's the greatest game ever made. It's the game that saved games. Games wouldn't be games without this game. What are games? It's this game. Like, yeah, okay, great, fantastic, fantabuloso, magnificoso. But you know what? It's really, it's like running around in a circle and going, why isn't this different? Why is this always the same? You're running around in a circle. Please tell me that. Okay. I need to find somewhere not to peek the mic. Lord. Okay. What was that noise? That was bad. That was just negativity incarnate. Not having a blast. Ugh. And I'm trying my darndest, folks. I'm trying so bloody hard not to cheat the system, not to just do a save state from World 8-2 and play this level again and again and again. I'm trying so desperately hard not to do that, because that seems unfair. Yes, I'm using save states, but I'm only using save states for things that I can do in the game. I'm doing it for the continue code, which is... We're just gonna keep this going. We're gonna keep going because we're finishing it. I'm not kidding around with you, okay? This could be the longest stream I've ever done. We will be here until I'm done. That is what's happening. Nothing else matters. We are gonna be here until I'm done. So strap yourselves in, kids, because we are not leaving this spot until I am finished with this game. That is what's happening. And I don't care if, like, you know, other people want to... I don't care. I don't even care. I would like maybe to talk to a friend while I do this and not feel like I'm stuck in a room with no one. But, you know, I don't know who I would contact. I don't know who I would call. So let's just move on and go, hey, so this is what's happening. He's doing this for the rest of the evening. If this is an all-nighter, it's a all-nighter. What can I tell you? That's just what it's gonna be, and that's how it's gonna play itself out. I'm so tempted. You don't know how tempted I am to just save state here at 8-2. There it goes. There went my temptation. Because I could have started this with a Fire Flower and all lives and would have been happy, but I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm being the brave nobleman who does not cheat his way to being done with the game that he just wants to be done with. I'm not doing it, okay? So we're just not doing that. We're just gonna sit here and try to watch me do this as legitimately as possible. We're not, we're save stating only for the continue code. That's all we're doing, right? That's all we're doing. We're doing nothing else but just continuing the same way the game is programmed to let you continue. That's all we're doing, okay? So there you go. That's how it's gonna be. That's how we're gonna make this work. It's how it's operating. That's how it is. Now, this fucking jump, this god jump that needs to be done so precisely, and I don't fucking know how to do that without immediately landing in the fucking pit. I don't fucking know how to fucking do it. I don't know. And I'm swearing now, and I'm gonna have to bleep that when this goes out on the channel. You, and I'm just... Ooh, I'm mad. I'm mad now. And we're just doing it. We're just gonna be here till this is done. And I don't know when that's gonna be. I don't know when it's gonna be. It's 4 levels. It's 4 fucking levels. 8-1, 8-2, 8-3, 8-4. That's all we're fucking doing. So just strap in. We're gonna be here a long time. Okay? Because we're now an hour in, and we haven't even seen World 8-3 yet. And I've never beaten World 8-4 ever. So, because that is a fucking labyrinth. So, just strap in, okay? Because we're going nowhere ever. We are not leaving this spot until I am done with this game. I have things to talk about, but they're all personal, and you haven't earned the privilege to hear them, so you don't get to hear about them, but they're in my head of the people who I'd like to talk to, but I'm not telling you who they are. I'm not telling you, because you haven't earned that privilege. Ha ha ha. You think that everything is your right because you watch me on the internet, and you think, oh, I know everything about him? Or no, or I deserve to know everything about him? You don't. There's some things I don't reveal on the internet. I know, shocking ideology. I'm so frustrated right now. I'm so frustrated. It's just has been going on like this for a million years, and it never stops. It never ceases. So just come on along for the ride. Let's go. Let's go. Wahoo! Oh, I will ravage your fields and burn your crops to the ground. Fancy dancing. Okay, come on. That's perfect. That's genius. How did you get so graceful? How did you get so graceful on the court? That's what I want to know. That's what I really, really want to know. Why do it's like I can't just be done. They aren't important to kill. I don't care about my score. I don't care about the score counter. I just need to get to the end of the level. You did it. Great. Now move on. That one is still up. Who cares? Doesn't matter. As long as you don't waste time trying to be a precise Priscilla, then just move on. I could just be done with this. It would fill my life up with joy and happiness. If I could move on from this one zone, it would be the best. But alas, that's not what's happening, so I'm trapped. Oof. I thread the needle close, and that's what became of me. Balalaka shoo-ba-doo-be-dow. Okay, just go away. Just go away. Alright, not you, audience member. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You have no comprehension of how badly I want to do it, but I am not doing it. Just die in there. No. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not doing it. You don't get the pleasure. And I don't get the pleasure either. We all don't get pleasured tonight. We're just gonna do it. We're gonna do it live. That's what we're doing. We're doing this live from New York. It's Jacob's Mental Breakdown. Alright. It's the best Saturday Night Live episode ever made since the 70s. Oh, okay. Now, no. Okay. Let's just, let's see. What was that? What happened? Oh my god, what happened there? What happened there? I don't want to do it. I don't want to save state here. Because I think if I do, then the victory is going to feel hollow, but at the same time, it's been an hour and we haven't moved past this level. And I know, because this is the thing, that is the jump that always trips me up, is this one right here. It always does, without fail, and I don't know. Don't die! Don't die! Whatever you do, Whitmer, don't die! Don't die! Don't die! Anything but death. If you die, you will have upset your family and your pride and your village. Okay. Holy shit. I have one life. I have one life to get through the second half of this world. Holy shit. Oh my god. And there's so many god Hammer Bros here too. I know it. Just do your thing. Do your dance. Oh, please. Give me. Oh, wow. Oh, my god. Okay, he had it for his moment in time, and then he gave it up. Them's the breaks. Them's the takes. Hot takes. McGee and Magoo. I'm calling on you. Okay, come on. I don't even try to be family friendly anymore. Just be you. If you swear, you swear. Just, is there anything here for me, please? Okay, no. Alright, and now they're gonna be on the ground. Oh, I don't know how. I don't know how. I don't know how. Don't question it. Don't question it. Don't question it. Okay. That was your fault. And we're back. And we're back. We're back to this. We're back to this. Fantabuloso. And I saw it. I saw the little bit of screen tear that showed that there was a hidden block there, which is either a mushroom or an extra life. I don't remember which one, but I know that that's the signal that that level was almost over. But we weren't going to defeat Bowser anyway, because I don't know 8-4 well enough to beat it, and that was going to cost me some lives, and that's just how it is. But we got closer. We got closer. And that is what matters. The stream is not over. The stream is not over in the slightest. Alright. So here is the deal that I'm making for myself. So I spent most of that little break messaging people, seeing if I could get people to come on and talk to me on the stream, because I think part of what was, giving me some stress, giving me some undue stress that I didn't need. I think part of what was giving me that was the fact that I'm sitting alone in an empty room and I'm talking into a void of people who can't talk back to me or aren't even here. And I think that was kind of alienating me. I think it was kind of depressing me. I think it was kind of getting me a little bit unduly upset. And I tried messaging people, see if I could get anyone to come on through like chat or something, and I could talk to them. And that did not go well, which is to say I sent out messages to other people on this channel and a couple of friends of mine, and I never heard back from anyone, so I'm just going to assume that it's still nothing's changed. So here's what I'm going to do. Here's the deal that I'm making for myself, right? Here's the deal. As much as I don't want to do it, I'm going to have to start using save states more liberally. But here's the deal. If I go into a level and I don't have a fire flower, I'm not save stating. I am only going to be save stating in a scenario when I don't have a fire flower. Or where I have a fire flower. If I'm able to get through a level and not get hit once and maintain the fire flower that I have, if I can do that, then I'm save stating there. Okay? Because I really want to be done with this game tonight. And I don't want this stream to drag out for a long, long time. Because at this point, I've completely exhausted the amount of things I really can talk about. So, I think that's going to be the deal we make. And maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe someone will message me back and then we can have a guest on the stream. That'd be absolutely wonderful. But until such time, I think that's just going to be the system we do. And with that, let's get back into this. So I'm hoping that the half an hour that I spent not playing this game will have improved my skill level a little bit. I can go into this a little bit more level-headed, because I know what is coming up in the game. That's not a problem. I know what's upcoming in the game. And I know what I should be looking forward to in the levels. So it's not like I've forgotten, how to play a game in like half an hour. No. No, that's not it. What it is for me is more just I needed to step away from the pressure and paranoia. See, See? So I'm not going to do a save state. I'm not going to do a save state this run because I'm not going to be able to. So just, it'll be the same as before. But I do think that the pressure and paranoia of, like, having to be good was, never mind. Don't pay attention to anything I just said in the past 30 seconds. Because clearly nothing's changed. I took that half an hour break, I premiered that episode, and nothing is any different. I'm still just as stressed, just as upset, and just as bad at this game as I ever was. And that is just how it be. So, wow. Okay, whoa. Hitting me hard now, aren't you? Oof. This is really, now, I'm going from 0 to 8 in like 30 seconds. This is not really boding well for me. I'm not too pleased. But I'm just going to try to keep a level head and not lose my cool. Well, that's okay. Sometimes life is a game over. And you can't control that. You just have to really learn from your mistakes. Even if you have learned from your mistakes and you just are finding yourself unable to stop making those mistakes because of, whatever reason. Maybe the game engine slows down. Maybe you can't control your jump arc. Maybe sometimes the game's actually bad, but people have to say it's good because of all the things it did. So, it can't possibly be that the game is bad, right? No. It's the player that's always the bad one. The player is the one that's bad. It's not the fact that maybe the game has some really big flaws that everyone kind of ignores or doesn't pay attention to because, how could those flaws exist? Look at how much this game innovated. Look at how much this game changed the face of the world. It's a pop culture phenom. How could the game be bad? It's my fault. The game isn't bad. It's only me. I'm a horrible person and a horrible video game player. That's what it is. Yep, definitely. Couldn't be anything else. Couldn't be the fact that the game is repetitive. Couldn't be the fact that the jumping mechanic is sluggish and sometimes unresponsive. Can't be the fact that sometimes characters flick in and out of existence, so it becomes harder for you to judge where they are. Couldn't be the fact that some of these jumps are just straight up unfair and designed to, kill you. Couldn't be that at all. No. Game ain't bad, kids. Game's not bad. Game's perfect. Game's the best game ever made. Definitely. Absolutely. There is no improvement upon a series with subsequent installments. That's a myth constructed by the Illuminati. That doesn't happen. The reality is, this game is perfect and has never been improved upon. And there certainly aren't any glaring issues that are in this game that make it practically, like a mess today. No. That would be a falsehood. That would be a trick. You've tricked yourself into thinking that this game has flaws. You are dead wrong. You are just dead. But this game, no flaws whatsoever. Definitely not flawed game. Not so whatever. Hey, look at Super Mario Maker. They made sure that when they imported this engine in the Mario Maker, they kept everything. They didn't change a single thing, like, letting you move left, or, changing the jump arc to be more fluid, or having different mechanics in the game in different areas. They didn't improve upon this game at all. At least I know that's there now. Good. Fantastic. Fantabuloso. Maybe if I don't bugger everything up all the time. I can, nope, never mind. Doesn't matter what I do because that will always get me. But that's good. That's good design. It's good design that you build pits which the player can't actually jump across unless they game the system. That's good design. That's just good design. You wouldn't want, your game to be fair. You wouldn't want it to be a fair difficulty. No, 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 no. You want it to be something that sometimes you just gotta cheat the matrix out a little bit. That's okay. That's fine. Why would anything be different? Why would you ever want to stop improving upon this? Why do you ever want to start improving upon this? You can't beat perfection, and that's what this is. It's clearly perfection on a stick. That's definitely what it is, and not anything else that could be construed as anything other than perfection. You see that? You see that jump arc? You see that jump arc? You see the way that you can't get the speed for that jump to work properly unless you're running, but if you're running, then you immediately run into a pit. You see that? You see how that works? That's perfection. That's perfection right there. They made perfection in 1985. Nothing ever improved upon the 80s. The 80s will live on forever. Nothing about the 80s are dated and awful. Not so whatever. Definitely not. Nope. Always good. Nothing bad. Nothing bad in the 80s. Nothing that the 90s improved upon. Nothing that the 2000s improved upon. Nothing that the 2010s improved upon. It was the 80s. No, always the 80s. You could tell me that the 70s had better stuff, and you'd be wrong. And that is not even me being facetious. The 70s video games aren't very good either. But, that's because they didn't come out in the 80s. Hey, if they came out in the 80s, as well as I do, that had those 70s games come out in the 80s, they would have most definitely come out in the 80s. So they would have, you know how I'm saying what it is. Oof. Okay, here we go. Nope. All right. Well, that's perfection too. That's always perfection. Hey, you know the way that instead of that the Fire Flower is a power-up you have to earn by getting 2 power-ups? And the fact that you downgrade not to power-up Mach 1, but power-up Mach 0 when you get hit once. Yeah, I'm glad they never improved upon that ever. I'm glad that they always made it that you only have 2 hits. I'm glad that they always made sure that you never have any way to give yourself, more hits in the game. That's perfection. That is perfection. You can't debate me on this because I'm not listening. My ears are plugged to whatever you have to say. You see, that's the thing about debating. It's not about, having valid points. It's not about having things to reason with and comparisons to make and, stats and things like that. That's not what debate is. Why won't you learn from social media? Debate is not statistics and well thought out arguments. Debate is just saying you're right and the other person is wrong. That's what this is. So you can tell me that there are better Mario games than the first one, and you're wrong because you're an idiot. That's how modern debate works. That's how debate is supposed to function. It's about who's best, and you aren't as good as me because you're not me. That's what it basically amounts to, and that's why this game's perfection. This game's perfect. Perfect, 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 perfect. Everything about it, perfect. Not a single thing wrong. Not a single thing out of place. Not a single thing that has ever gone wrong in this game. It's just perfection. It's perfection. It's cat perfection. It's dog perfection. It's the perfect animal, beast, and computer and telemarketer all at once. You know how you sell those big banks? You say to them, Super Mario 1, perfect. And they go, yes, 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 I agree. It's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect. That's all it is. Everything's perfect. Not a single thing out of place at all. Not so whatever. Nope, that sentence was perfect too. Everything about this, perfect. Not a single thing wrong here. Nope, 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 nope. See that? That was perfection. That was perfection. You can't stop my perfection. I've perfected my perfectness. That's what it all is about. It's about being perfect. You live your life so you can be perfect. perfect. And that's what this is. It's perfect. It's so perfect. In fact, you know what's really perfect? When you jump and you don't know that if you're going to land it. Hey, you know what's perfect? Finally hitting the end of the level and remembering that you made a bargain that by now you're save stating because you never want to see that level again. That's chalky good perfection right there. Oh, hey, you know what's not perfect? The Disney movies. Let's remake all the Disney movies. Ha, now they're perfect. I thought they were good before, but I was wrong. You see this? This, not perfect. This is perfect. It looks just like a real lion. You know how lions have the most expressive faces in the world? That's perfect. That's all it could be. All it would ever be is perfect. This is perfect. That was perfect. The backwards jumping that happens without reason, perfect. That's perfect. That's perfect too. Everything here is perfect. Here comes the trick jump. Woo! Look at that. That's a perfect trick jump. That's jumping incarnate into the soul. Hey, you see how that happened? That was perfection. That was total perfection in a plate. That was total perfection in a tray. In a spinning plate tray. Clowns, perfection. Dogs, perfection. Cats, perfection. This, perfection. Everything, perfection is the way of the future. You know, that's just what it is. I was gonna go into a dark place there. Hey, you know what? That was perfection too. I don't know why that happened. I don't know how it worked. I don't care anymore. It's perfect. It's perfect. You can't fool me. People saying other things are better than this. They're wrong. They're imperfect. That's why they say this game isn't perfect, because this game is revealing their imperfections. They can't handle that. They have to remind themselves every day that they are perfect. They have to convince themselves every day they're perfect, but they're wrong, because that's perfect. That's perfect too. Everything about it's perfect. You know that? It's perfect. Hey, look at that. Oof. You see how that sometimes doesn't really want to do what you're supposed to do? That's perfect. Hey, look at that. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Hack me! Alright. 8-3. 4 lives. I need a mushroom. At least now I can talk about something else. Who would have thought? Who would have thunk it? Something else to talk about in this game? Surely you jest. Surely you japernickel. Well, away with you. I don't want to see your face around this neighborhood again. If you stomp around my cul-de-sac once more, I'll kick your eyes in. That's how it works here. I'll kick your eyes in, Hammer Bro. Oh, I got shot through the f***ing throat. That'll teach me. Ooh. All right. Throwing your hammers. Hey, are you carpenters? I need my wall replaced. Wow, look at you. You like how sometimes they just jump all the way down the stairs and fall on their faces and break their necks? That's perfection. And perfection and, you know, all things. At least I have another chance for a mushroom. At least I have another chance for a mushroom. That's what's important. Don't double down on your... Okay. Give me mushroom. Perfect. Always perfect. Never wrong. Never incorrect. Always correct. That is what this game is. Anything that was made after Mario 1 is lying. It's not the real video game. The video game is only this. This is the only video game that was ever made. All video games afterwards, they're lies. Constructed by turtle men. Turtle people are looking after your cash. Who's in your wallet? That's the catchphrase, right? Who's in your wallet? Oh, look at that. It's Sharon Stone. She's digging through your wallet. What's she doing in there? You don't know. You don't even know why she is here in the room. But she is. Hey, you know what's perfect? That. Not always hitting... Give me moosh. Okay. All right. Well, if we can just not completely lose our heads, if we can just not completely go insane, then we will be in a good headspace. No, 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 no. Wow, screw you. Screw you double time. Screw you double time now. Hey, hit me with that jazz break, Duke. Hit me with that jazz combo. Shoot me through the head. Hey, jump through the ceiling. Hey, remember when that was not doing that? Hey, remember when you lost the 1-up because sometimes that, okay. Well, I guess that's that. Hey, give me a moosh. There's a moosh I don't want to do 8-1 again. I felt guilty before about, kind of cheese mowing the system. But, I don't want to do 8-1 anymore. I don't want to do that level anymore. And, I can't have the whole stream be nothing but those 2 levels. So let's just try. Let's God Almighty try to at least get a little bit past level 8-2 and then level 8-3. Let's try with all our heart and soul to at least move beyond this level, which is not ending. And I almost don't know why I'm bothering with the 1-up, because the 1-up is just wow, 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 wow. Okay, look, I just don't care anymore. I don't care. I want to move on to other Mario games. And you know what actually is upsetting to me? The next one is Mario 2, which is not very fantastic. It's a joke of a game. It's the game that Donkey makes fun of every year because it's not even real. That game's a myth. It's a lie. It's not real, and it's so weird and bizarre and so not what Mario is. And every time I die, I throw my controller in the air like I just don't care, because I don't. Because that's what I gotta do. Because then after this game, right, then when we continue the Rashomon, when we can continue the Rashomon complex, what's gonna happen? We have to get into Mario's weird years, where in between Mario 3 and this, they try to figure out how this series is supposed to work, because they don't really know. They haven't figured that out yet. They haven't quite cracked the code on that one, Chief Meister. See, sometimes he just wants to jump through it. He doesn't even hit the 1-up. He just is, again and again, the effervescent Crank Amula. Look, I just want to be able to move past this section. If I can do that, I'll be happy. I'm not happy. I'm not happy. Can you tell? I'm not happy. This is almost a 2-hour stream. It's almost a 2-hour stream. And I feel like we may end up going for 3. I'm not even kidding. This could potentially be the longest stream I will ever do. I don't think I've done streams like, why did I not? Hey, jump button. Jump button. You wanna work? Oh, wow. Look at that. Did you see that? I don't know if you saw that. Like, for a brief second, the controller activated other parts of my computer. And then didn't do the thing I wanted it to do. Ooh, wow. Gee willikers, Mr. Bruce. I can't believe it. It didn't do what I wanted. Well, look at that. Wow, look at all this. This is certainly things. That's certainly stuff. Well, I gotta tell you, I never thought it would be like that, but it is. It's things. It's things and stuff. Everyone loves things and stuff. You can't have stuff without things, and you can't have things without stuff. So let's just keep that gravy train. Come on. Come on. Come on. Show up. Arrive. Make yourself known. Okay, you know what? I don't know why you're not working now. You're not. Hello, it's time once more for the Demon Show, sponsored by Satan in Hell. Today we'll be looking at this game I invented to create a new form of monster. It's called Super Mario Bros. It became quite popular with the non-believers, but that'll show them. They don't realize that this game is the path, is the portal to hell incarnate. Oh, just get up the platform. He's goodness gracious me. He's re-arrived to make his presence felt. I feel so blessed. I feel so blessed. Is that okay? Wow. You know what's fantabulous? You know what's the greatest? Hey, Stephanie, do you know what the greatest thing in the world is? That. Wow. Thank God I'm at least past that portion. Now let's see how long it takes for me to mess it up. Place your bets now. Place your bets now, folks. How long will it take for me to fail? How long will it take for me to take the rewards I've been given for granted? I don't know. Let's see. We're hitting World 8-3. I know where a mushroom is. Will it be enough to keep me alive? Jack-o'-lantern Magoo. I see through you. Well, this will contain no rewards. Just move beyond the... Sometimes you jumped. Last time you jumped. Look here, gatekeeper. Stop with your morals. I want to be done. I want to be done. I want to be done with this game. I want to be done with it. I want to move on to other things. I want to stream other things. I want to put other things on this channel. I want to be done. Aha, look at that. Look at that. Look at you. Okay. Just don't lose track of the big picture. Just know what you're in it for. Okay, I'm letting you slide away. There you go. Oh, you're still here. No. He's slow sometimes. Okay. Oh, I so wish I had a fire flower. Okay, just work it. Oh, that's coins. Okay, that doesn't help me. But you know what? And I don't have a fire flower, so guess what? If I die here, I had to go back to World 8-2. I have to do it. I have to go back to World 8-2 if I die. And I don't know, and I'm most likely going to die, because I've never, ever beaten this level before, and I have 1 life. So, like, place your bets. Start the timer. How long is it going to take for me to die? Just start the timer now. This one? No. Okay. Everyone's favorite combination of images. We haven't seen enough of this today. Nope. Needs forward momentum. Okay. If I can get to the end of this level with the fire flower, then I can start from World 8-3. Okay. Don't overshoot your jump. Don't overshoot the jump. Just keep the fire flower. Keep it safe. Keep it secret and safe. Okay. We made a deal. I have it. We made that deal. You've seen me struggle. I don't feel bad about it anymore because you've seen me struggle. Why did he go back up? Okay, whatever. I'll start from here now, and it'll be annoying, but I can make it at least. And I swear to God, the controller is doing its own business and independent of me at this moment. And I don't know why it's doing that. And it's frustrating the muchness out of... Okay. I can't complain too much. If I die, I'll be starting back from here anyway. Let's just learn the mechanics of World 8.3, which somehow or never feels easier than World 8.2. But I just... Come on, get up there. You gotta be so bloody precise with your jumps. He jumps like he's on a plane. And there's turbulence in the air, and he can't see it. He can't see past the turbulence. The turbulent juice, Rick and Morty reference. Okay. Slippery Sal. Whatever. Why is there a delay? It's straight up like a controller thing. I'm not even kidding you. There is a controller issue happening somewhere here. And I don't know why, but it is. And you're trapping me in, man. I gotta get home to my kids. It's 7 o'clock. Alright? Just... Nice Doge. Nice Doge. Good doging. Fantabulous Doge. I don't even like that meme. Don't show pictures of it. I don't even like that meme. It's so... Ugh. Well, okay then. I guess we'll just do that. Spectacular. There's people who live here, Alright, be presently minded of where you are and where you're at. That is stuff yoga teachers say, and maybe it works. I don't know. Okay. Just relax the soul and the body and the mind and the spirit, and maybe centeredness will follow. Maybe, but I'm not taking that risk. Just, okay. Hit something. Please. Oh, now you want to do it. Nope. Please. I just need to be done here. That's really all I need. I need to be done. I need to be done with this, and I need to just retire to other things. But I've been trapped here in this purgatory now, and it is caused me pain and sorrow, which is unceasing and unending. Good. Okay, there's no more mush here. Alright, I'm gonna try to use you, but you probably won't do what I want. Woohoo! Look at that! Sometimes he hits the hammer brother, and sometimes he just passes right off you. You wee dog! It's amazing, this world of magic and mystery! I'm gonna have hot flashes of just da-da-da-da-da-da-da. If I can just hold on to this, not lose it immediately, and just maintain forward belief system overdrive, then I will be good and ready and happy to save state for World 8.4. We're not there yet, though, so I can't run this risk. Just go away. Okay. Alright, I need you to take him out. Just. This is the easy bit. 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 Okay. If I don't screw this up, we might be in the finishing stretch. Okay. This is it. For real this time. From here on out, it's nothing but the final level. This is it. This is the finishing stretch. We're not seeing World 8.1, 8.2, 8.3 anymore. The era of me caring about doing this legitimately has long since passed. No, those days are gone. This is it. We are getting through this world. We are finishing this game tonight. That's what's happening. Okay? Everyone solid? Everyone know? Everyone caught up to speed? Great. Die. Give me that. This is the next pipe. I know at least that much. Okay, I don't know where to go from here. Oh, crap. It's you. It's the fish. It's the fish of... Okay, is this it? Nope. Alright, one of these is... I think it's the one after... It's this one after the lava pit, isn't it? Isn't it? Okay. Just keep calm. Keep calm. Keep calm. Go away, Blooper. Go away. Oh, crap. Okay, that's fine. That's cool. We can still make it out of this. We can still do good. Oh, man, I really want that fire flower right now. I want to be away from you. Okay. But whatever. We're sticking the course. We're sticking the course. I'm not gonna load the save state until I die. Until game over screen. We're sticking the course. That was just dumb. I apologize. That's on me, not on game. That's on me. I know I need to know when to pay attention. I didn't pay attention that time. So, that's on me. But, hey, we're gonna do this as legit as we can. We're gonna not get too pissy with each other. And we're going to do this the way Shigeru didn't intend, because I gave up on trying to do this from World 1, and that's okay. That's fine. We're not continuing back to the start of World 8. We're just not doing that. We're not. We're gonna be cool, calm, collected, and we're gonna go do this the right way. That's what we do. Wow, okay. But that's okay, because now we'll have our fire flower. We're going to have our fire flower and do this the right way, the good way, the way that we should be doing it, because there's really no other way to do this level, because then the Hammer Brothers show up, and they pretty much are like, yeah, man, you don't got no fire flower, you dead now, so we just keep these. This is not, I hope this don't offend no one. This is not a... Oh, there's my punishment. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my Midwest accent, or Appalachian, or whatever I have. I don't know. I don't think I have one. I think I just have white guy accent. Okay. Now we gotta deal with Blooper and his floopin' friends. Okay, there you three go. You gave it your all. Now back to underwater. Just to trigger the soul even more. I don't even know. Fire and water. Doesn't this defeat the purpose of physics and science? Oh well. Just no. I said no! Well, we're back to this. We're back to small Mario. But small Mario is classic Mario, and that's just what it is. That's how it be. I don't even know how I'm going to handle Bowser like this, because he's going to be throwing a ton of hammers and fireballs at me, and I don't know if I can handle that. That might be out of my wheelhouse. We'll see. I probably am going to have to do this in just one perfect run, somehow or another, but just please... Let's move past the point of sadness. We're gonna try. We're finishing it. We're finishing this game. That's what we're doing. Get in. Okay, thank you. Also, can someone explain to me why the... Okay, I think maybe what it is that sometimes my thumb is... Okay. You got a lot of hammers. You got a lot of fire. I had nothing to say to that. If I was doing this and starting from 8-1 all the time, I would be on a spree right now. I won't say what kind because I don't want to promote violence. That was dumb. That's my fault and I was dumb for it. Make sure I hit the right button. Last thing I want to do in my life right now is hit the state save button and not the state load button. Which also brings up a topic that maybe I should save for after we defeat Bowser. But I'll say it now because it's not really time exclusive. There's no drama in me saying it now. So what's probably going to happen, I've been playing this on a computer emulator for this game. What's probably going to happen is that for the NES games, and not really, and maybe not even all the NES games, but for select NES games, what's going to happen here is that I've been playing this game on a computer emulator, but I think from here on out, I'm going to try as hard as I can to make this as console specific as possible, which is to say, I'm going to, for the rest of for the exceptions where I, just physically can't do it, I can't show it on stream unless I have it on a computer emulator. I'm going to try to do the rest of these on actual Nintendo consoles. I don't own an NES, but I am going to try to do Mario 2 on the Nintendo Switch Online version of Mario 2. Mario 3 is probably going to be the Super Nintendo version, because that one's better. And I actually do have a copy of that on Super Nintendo. I actually have a Super Nintendo, so that's going to be how that one's done. The same can be said probably for Mario World. Nintendo 64 and Mario 64, that'll be a different story. I don't own a Nintendo 64. Lucas did, and now he doesn't. And I don't think Nick does. And, I'm in the market for many things, but I'm not really in the market for a Nintendo 64. So maybe I'll try to do it on a real N64, but that would be a process. And what else? Oh, yes. Nick has a GameCube, and I own Sunshine, so maybe that one will be a collab playthrough. The Wii games, Galaxy will be done for the Wii U. Galaxy 2 will be done for the Wii U. I need to get new Wii controllers, because mine are pretty much, completely bust by this point. And, we're going to skip over the games that I've already done on other playthroughs. So, New Mario U won't be played in the Mario Marathon. Super 3D World won't really be played in the Mario Marathon. I think I'm just going to... I maybe will do those as stream exclusives, but the VOD on-demand ones, those are just going to be re-edits. They're going to be greatest hits compilations of the old tapes. And I don't know, Holly can yell at me later for that, but that's what I'm doing. I technically own the copyright on that, so, it's my tapes. I can do what I want with them. And that's just going to be how we display that. And then as for the mobile games, the Mario Land franchise will probably be emulated. New Super Mario Bros. On the DS will probably be emulated. I have never figured out how to really accurately emulate 3DS, so I really don't know about 3D World and New Mario 2. That might be I don't want to do it as a system where I just have a camera pointed at my 3DS, but that might just have to be how I do it. So, because I don't own a 3DS capture card, and I never will because it's an expensive item, and I cannot figure out 3DS emulation for the life of me. Like, I have a 3DS emulator, but it requires like me data for 3D World, and that requires jailbreaking my 3DS, and I don't want to red brick it. So, like, we'll see what happens. We'll play 3D Land. We'll probably play 3D Land, and we'll probably play New Mario 2. Because it feels disingenuous for me to try to do a Mario Marathon and not play those games. But we're going to have to figure out how to get good game capture on them. Because at the current moment, I don't know how to do that. So, hee hee hoo ha. So anyway, that's the state of the address for the rest of the Mario Marathon. Anyway, back to this. Remember when I almost fought Bowser? I got close. I saw him. I was on his bridge, but I didn't move any further than that. And now I'm sort of stuck here again. No, 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 no. It's a water level. Another water level. It didn't start as a water level. And then we'll turn it to a water level. Everyone's favorite thing, water level. Okay. Alright, I gotta wait for him to jump. Wait for the jumps. Wait for mad hops. I know what's happening, too. My thumb is such that I'm hitting the right button, and then I'm hitting the down button, and it's canceling it out. Because I'm not hitting just the right part of the D-pad. I'm hitting diagonally downward right. And it's causing Mario to stop in his tracks. Because the NES doesn't know what to do with that. Or the NES emulator doesn't know what to do with that. So it's causing this to happen. And I know that's what's happening. But I can't do anything about that. My thumb is my thumb. And it is the size it is going to be. And I can't just be staring at my hand the whole playthrough, trying to make sure, I'm not hitting downward right? Like, I have to look at the screen. So I don't really know what to do to stop that. That's how it's going to be. And you're going to have to accept that. Just go away, Blooper, please. I have to be out of here by 5. And it's already 8:30. Why did I do that? He was on the top. I could have just gone to the bottom. Whatever. Just, I want to move past you. Okay, why? I'm not even like, I just gotta gun it. I just gotta be like, hey, oomph. But I'm not even doing that. And I just wish I had the Fire Flower. If I had a Fire Flower and I was facing him, would not be an issue, could handle Bowser, and we would be in the clear. Maybe I will eventually not screw up in this section of the game, and then we will be able to like get the most awesome part of the ending. And also, I said this before, I will say it again. The bit where they go try another world and do it again but harder, that is a good, hearty hell no from me, right? When we get Princess Peach on this version of the game, we got Princess Peach. Game is done. At that point, it's like Donkey Kong, and I am not looping again. I'm not. I'm just not. It's not in the cards. Okay? It's just not in the cards. Fantastic. Is that, one more. I should almost kamikaze myself just to get my Fire Flower back, but I'm not doing that because I have, oh my god. Whatever. I'm not even mad at that because now I get the Fire Flower back. And if I just don't screw up, I have a projectile now that I can use to defeat enemies. I should use it, right? I should use it. Because the actual platforming in this part is not hard. Because there's actually not a lot of those lava spinners around here. So if I just don't screw up, we're in the clear. Die. Die, die, die. Okay, good. You know what it is? You know what it is? Here's what it is. It's not that. Mario doesn't just run. That's the thing. It's not like he goes from 0 to 30 like that, right? In this game, there is a speed up mechanic. So he jumps farther when he's running full speed, but he doesn't start that, right? Because the thing is, like, for one thing, it never made sense anyway. Everyone knows, like, this is Mario default speed, right? Which no one ever uses. Ever. No one has ever used Mario default speed, right? You always hit the run button and get him to sprint, because everyone does this. No one has ever, in a million years, ever used Mario in walking speed. The fact that there's a walking mechanic in this game, and it has carried over to the other games, has always been dumb. And everyone knows that, right? But the thing is that even when you're running in this game, he doesn't just run. Sometimes you want him to just bolt from, like, nothing to all the way. Sometimes you want that. But first there's a speed up mechanic. And the difference is, right, now other games have shown that actually what I'm saying is wrong, and that actually the mechanics of Mario and the fact that he does speed up into his run is a good thing. But the thing is that the speed he takes to get into his full-bodied run in this game is longer than the other Mario games. It takes him like a good 2 seconds to get into a full run here, as opposed to others where it takes like 1, right? And what that means is that if you're in a scenario where you need to get past, say, I don't know, a solitary hammer brother that's blocking your path, and you don't have the fire flower to like shoot him out of the way, and you don't have the mushroom to take the hit, you have to wait for him to jump. But there's not a lot of wiggle room in that area. So you have to kind of just be waiting with your hand on the trigger to sprint. But then the problem with that is that Mario doesn't sprint fast enough to move under the Hammer Brother, who jumps faster than you can process. So by the time you've started running underneath the Hammer Brother's already back on the way down and is jumping into lava. That's what he's doing, like that Koopa Troopa did. But you get what I'm saying, though? Like, you understand that that's like a big fault of this game in particular that they then improved upon. You understand that, like, maybe there are people who go, yeah, the first Mario on NES is the best Mario on NES. I think Nintendo feels that way, to be honest with you. I think Nintendo thinks that this is the Mario game everyone thinks of when they think of Mario games. And, you know, in a spectator way, I think that's true. Like, I think in a sort of cultural, historical way, I think that's probably correct. I think when, you know, historians think of Mario, I think they think of this one. But I think the actual Mario fan base and the people who play video games, when they think of Mario on the NES, I think they think of Mario 3 more than anything else. Because that's like the Mario game that set the standard for every Mario game that came after it. You know, like, and I'll probably dive deeper into that when I, you know, stream that game. But what I'm saying here is that, like, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that I'm dying inside. But also what I'm saying is that there's just so much here that's not correct or, like, needs to be improved upon. You know, and but that's the thing, that what makes Mario good as a franchise is that it constantly improves. I already screwed up. Like, it's a franchise that never really... It's not stagnant, or rather, it's very rarely stagnant. I think the new Mario series and also the 3D Land games kind of showed, for a brief moment, the franchise stagnating a little bit. But the thing is that each Mario game, for the most part, like, builds upon the other one. And whatever flaws that are in the Mario game that came before it are normally, like, ironed out by the next one. So, like... So for me, then, it's one of those things like, I would say, what's the best 2D Mario game? Probably Mario World, because that was, like, the last 2D Mario game that really, like, built upon the template the last one delivered. New Mario as a series is, like, it's good, but it just sort of, it always stays the same. It's too indebted to its past. I was dumb. It's too indebted to its past and too frightened to really change up the formula of what Mario is supposed to be to really be something that ever surpasses Mario World. They very self-consciously try to recreate Mario World every time they do a new Mario game. They are either recreating Mario 3 or Mario World. And, you know, that's just what it is. But the basic underlying gist of it, though, is that, you know, like, sort of, each one builds. So you have, like, so the best 2D Mario would be, like, say, Mario World. And then the best 3D Mario is probably Odyssey. Because Odyssey takes all the bits of 64 and of Sunshine and combines it with the best bits of Galaxy and a little bit of 3D World, but not too much of 3D World. And delivers, like, what I would say is the ultimate, most expansive and immersive 3D Mario experience. There was, what did I do? What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? But there's just, like, there's so much in Mario Odyssey to, like, appreciate and value from not only what it has in it, but what it, like, builds upon. That's actually why I always felt that, I always felt disappointed that they aren't going to do, like, real DLC for Mario Odyssey. They've been keeping that game alive on the Switch mainly by having, you know, unlockable costumes and Luigi's Balloon World, which, you know, is fine, but, like, if you're someone like me, right, who has 100% of the game and gotten, like, the 100% ending, you know, you run out of things to do in that game, and it's really deflating. I always felt that, and without giving too many spoilers to Mario Odyssey away, because we'll play that on stream, no doubt, but, like, without giving too many spoilers to that game, it would not be a challenge for Nintendo to implement levels from 64 and Sunshine into that game. And there's definitive proof. There's definitive proof that it would not be a challenge for them to do that. And I always felt they should, because that would be an amazing DLC pack if they did include in the levels from Mario 64 and Sunshine and gave them that Odyssey polish and the Odyssey control style. It would be incredible. But they haven't really done that, and I'm kind of disappointed that they haven't. I think they're going to do... I mean, we know, right? Like, it's no secret that, obviously, there's going to be another Mario game at some point in the future. But the thing is that the Mario series is, like, normally... It doesn't normally get a lot of sequels for the same device. It gets spin-offs, but it doesn't get, like, you know, you don't really see... I think the only, like, instance of there really being true sequels, aside from the new Mario series, I think the only real sequel Mario games that are out there are Galaxy 2 and 3D World. And beyond that, like, normally a Mario game is sort of like its own, at least 3D-wise, is its own self-contained entity. They don't really, like... They don't ever, like... They don't like to do the same thing twice. And I get that. But I don't see how they're going to improve upon Odyssey. I actually don't see how they're going to improve upon Odyssey. I think Odyssey is just the most, like, even if it's not game-changing, like a Galaxy was an experience, you know? And maybe I should be saving all this for when we get to Odyssey, but that's, like, a long ways down the pipeline, But you know, it's one of those things like for as much as Galaxy like was innovative and magical and was almost like, if Galaxy is the most cinematic Mario experience, which it, you know, obviously, yeah, it is. If it's that, and if it's the one that feels like the big masterpiece, I still think though that I don't know how they're gonna perfect, at least in terms of sandbox Marios. I don't know how they're gonna really top it, you know, or improve, or, you know, finesse it anywhere other than where it's been. It's pretty gosh darn perfect. I know, because everyone's big complaint of Odyssey, and it kind of was mine at the time too, was that it didn't feel as like landmark achievement as Galaxy, which very few video games do, but it still felt to me like the big one. You know, it felt to me like this is the most polished, finessed Mario experience I'd ever had. And, you know, I don't see where they're going to go from that. But I'm looking forward to what they do. But I would still love to see them, like, build upon the base engine of Odyssey with more DLC worlds and levels, you know, which they could easily take out of, say, they could easily take out of 64 and have a pretty solid, you know, like, deliverance. That's not the word for it, but you know what I mean. And mind you, I'm saying all of that to distract from the fact that, once again, we are now entering our third hour of this stream. And I thought by now I'd be done. And I'm not. I'm still not done. Just bypass all of that. No. Like, I really, truly thought I'd be done with this by now, and I am not, and it is frustrating me. I want to be done. I want to move on with my life. I want to play different games on a streaming Sunday. I want to... You know what? When we hit hour 3, that's when all cards are off, and I just start state loading all the time. That's when all cards are off. Because I need that Fire Flower to beat this level. I'm not going to get past that Hammer Brother, and I'm definitely not going to get past... I can't even get past the Hammer Brother without the Fire Flower, so I'm definitely not going to be getting past Bowser without the Fire Flower. So, what it basically amounts to is that, like, look, I need to have it, and I just have to accept it. Okay, like, here's what it's going to be, okay? I'm going to admit something which I have not kept secret at all. But, like, let's admit it. Let's get it out in the open so there can be no more, like, you know, whining or complaining about it. I'm not good at this game. And that's because I'm not a good video game player. I'm not good at video games. I'm not good at early Mario games. I'm not good at them. I'm simply not good at them. And it doesn't matter how long I play them. I'm not getting better at them. I'm not going to be improving on them. My skill level will remain exactly the same. And I will continue to fail again and again and again. Because I am not good at Mario. I'm not good at early Mario. So, because of that, there's better things to do in the world than this level for an hour. So, I think when we officially hit 3 hours on the stream, then I'm calling it and I'm going, that's it. Like, I'm just like, that's it. I'm not going to be pretending to even try to do this legitimately anymore. I'm not going to try anymore. I'm just going to be save stating all the time. And that's just going to be what it is. I don't care. I honestly don't care. I want to move on with my life. This is not fun anymore. It's not funny. I don't think it's entertaining. And I have other things to do. So, that's just going to be what it is. At this point, it's more important to me that we see this end than it is if I end it, like, fairly. I don't care if I cheat. I don't care if I, didn't earn it the right way, if I didn't finesse. I don't think I'm finessing at this game. I don't think there's anything I can do to finesse at this game. I think no matter what I do, and this is the skill level I'm at. And there are people who, straight up, they aren't good at games. And I'm one of them. I'm not going to lie anymore. I'm going to be frank and open and honest in my discussion and say I'm not good at Mario games. I'm not good at 2D Mario games. I'm bad at 2D Mario. I'm bad at any Mario past. I'm bad at any Mario earlier than 64. That's all it is. Anything that came out before I was born, I'm not good at. I'm good at the games that came out when I was born and that I maybe grew up with. But anything before that, I'm not good at them. Oh well. So, from that point onward, I say, if we've been on this level for an hour, why bother? Just why bother? I don't see the utility. I don't see the good in constantly doing this again and again and again and acting as if, oh, this is really improving my skill. It's not. It's not doing anything other than just elongating my time playing this game. And I get it. That's what they wanted. That's the whole crux of Egoraptor's big NES thesis. And I get that. I think it's cheap. I think that's a cheap reason to... This is one of the things like people go, are video games art? The answer is yes. Obviously, video games can be art. There are games that are artistic statements. And everyone knows this. That said, in its earliest incarnation, in its purest form, the point of video games was to get people their money's worth off of what they spent their money on. And in order to do that, sometimes they elongated a game, and in cheap ways. And I need to just keep cool, keep calm, turn the other way. He's gone. Let's go for it. Let's go. No! Okay, just... Yes! Nope, you don't. You don't present me with a new quest. This is the quest. Your quest is over. Thank you all so much for watching this. If you tuned into the live streams, thank you very much. If you want to see these live, be sure to follow the Twitch channel at twitch.tv/serenade_of_caffeine. I do this Sundays at 6 p.m. This is the end of this game, as the next game on the channel will be something different. We will return to the Mario Marathon at some point in the future, not immediately. If you like what you saw on YouTube, be sure to hit the subscribe button, ding the bell to be notified about when new videos come out, smash the like button, share the video with your friends. On the screen you'll see more episodes of The Gaming Weekend and more episodes of Serenade Caffeine. And we'll see you next time. Bye bye.